Assalamualaikum and good morning. Thank you for tuning in to IIUM FM, your campus radio. I'm Najwa Nordin and this is our 7th episode of Financial Fit Stop with the topic Finance Summit 2025, Nurturing the Minds of Future Finance Professionals. So for your information, Finance Summit 2025 is the Islamic Finance Student Association, IFSA, every year. And speaking of IFSA, today we brought 3 representatives from the association, which is Brother Mohamad Afiq bin Noor Aslan, the Project Director of Finance Summit 2025. Welcome to IMFM, Brother
Thank you,
Afiq.
DJ Najwa.
Alright, and we also have Sister Nurul Atikah binti Mohamad, the Assistant Project Director, Brother Abdul Rashid bin Hamdam, the Head of the Investment Analysis Challenge Competition, who will be with us on the 3rd session. So stay tuned until 12 p.m. because Brother Rashid will be talking about the competition structure and also its competitive edge. So Finance Summit 2025 was alhamdulillah successfully held on the 25th October and also 14th until 15th of November. But Brother Afiq, before we delve deeper into Finance Summit 2025, could you share with us where does the initial idea for establishing this flagship event first originated?
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to IIUM FM and DJ Najwa. What should I call it? DJ Najwa or DJ Wawa?
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Okay, DJ Najwa. Thank you for inviting us. Okay, so my name is Mohamad Afiq, the Project Director of Finance Summit 2025. Along with me, Sister Atikah, Assistant Project Director, and Brother Rashid, our head module for Finance Summit. Okay, so the initial idea about Finance Summit, actually, it derived from the last edition of Finance Summit 2024, was held by IFSA as well. And Alhamdulillah, actually, this edition is the evolution or improvement of the last edition, because I said to the previous project director, Brother Amin Fikri, that I want to make a bigger scale of Finance Summit. I want to reach and get more engagement from other universities, and Alhamdulillah we managed to get almost 8 universities students from UPM, USM, UM, and few private universities. And yeah, Alhamdulillah, it was a resounding success for our team. And actually, it started on November 2024, when I step up as the co-chairperson 1 after Atikah chose me to be her assistant. And Alhamdulillah, automatically I will handle the Finance Summit. And we managed to attract 200 or more participants, university participants, and committees, like 120 committees, because it is a flagship event. So we have to have a big manpower to help us, because I guess this is one of the biggest flagship event among the student association programs in IIUM, because we managed to get Deputy Rector and also spouse of Prime Minister of Malaysia, Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah, to be our VVIP during the closing ceremony. And actually the idea came from my involvement and my friends at the outside program from other universities programs, such as I cannot disclose it, but but maybe you might know, like from the flagship event from other universities, the investment program. So I want to get the inspiration from their programs to be included in Finance Summit. So Alhamdulillah, I guess I get what I want in this year Finance Summit lah.
Alhamdulillah. And could you also walk us through the Finance Summit? What does the Finance Summit 2025 entails, especially for this year? Maybe about the overall program structure.
Okay, so the overall about the Finance Summit, actually we have few sub-programs because it is a flagship, so we have to have few sub-programs to make the participants enjoy it and and participate in every sub-program. So on 25th October, we have the online investment workshop for their preparation before they present on the D-Day about investment analysis challenge, our main highlight. And we also have the opening ceremony of Finance Summit, the forum of Islamic FinTech, where we invited Ustaz Arham American, Tuan Haji Khairul Anwar from Mashraf Advisory, and Mr. Mohamad Suhaimi from Berry Pay. And during the forum, we managed to get almost 300 participants that night, and it was a public program, so that not only the Finance Summit participants can join, but also other students can also participate in the forum. And the next day, on 15th November, we had the finance game, financial crime simulation. We want to give to the participants some exposure about financial crimes in our industry. And we have the networking session where we invited the sharks of the industry.
Finance, yes.
Yeah, I guess we invited Ustaz Abdul Hadi from Exim Bank, Mr. Said Habshi from Isra, and they engage with students in that program. And the last one is closing ceremony, where I guess that was the very main highlight of the investment analysis challenge, because we invited Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Azizah to officiate our closing ceremony.
So that's the most highlighted
Yep.
program for the overall program that we have during the Finance Summit. So before we get into the theme of the Finance Summit 2025, let us take a short break and come back to IMFM, your campus radio. Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I'm Najwa, your host for the Financial Fit Stop episode 7th this morning. And we still have Brother Mohamad Afiq bin Noor Aslan, the Project Director of Finance Summit 2025, and also Sister Nurul Atikah binti Mohamad, the Assistant Project Director, to share more about our topic on the Finance Summit 2025, nurturing the minds of future finance professionals. Now that we've known a little bit about the Finance Summit program inception, so Sister Atikah, the theme for this year's Finance Summit is navigating uncertainty, building financial stability in a volatile world. So what is the significance of highlighting this theme this year?
Alright, thank you DJ Wawa for the question. So as we know that this Finance Summit 2025 is the second edition of the Finance Summit organized by Islamic Finance Students Association IFSA. So for the previous Finance Summit, we already delved into the financial aspects such as the investment, and then we have the Islamic Capital Market Forum, and also sharing session related to the financial career journeys. So in this second edition of Finance Summit, we want to explore another financial aspect. So we brought this theme aligned with our objective of this summit to expose the students to the real world application of finance. So this year of Finance Summit, with this theme, we want the participants for them to get to know more about the investment. So in this Finance Summit for this year, the investment is related to the multi-portfolio. So they have to solve the case study assigned to them based on their client's portfolio. And we also have the State of Islamic FinTech Forum, whereby the participants get to know about the fintech and also what are the challenges that the fintech face. And we also brought the financial crime simulation, whereby for the financial crime, the participants get the exposure on the how the financial crime happen in the financial industry, and what are the challenges and how they can solve this crime and to avoid this crime. So because as we know that uncertainty and also the market volatility is something that is really common, that we always face in our daily life, especially in our financial activities also. So this summit serves as a platform for the participants and all the finance students, not only to get the financial knowledge, but for them to apply the theoretical aspect the theoretical knowledge that they learn in the classroom to the real world practice. So that's why our theme for this summit is the navigating uncertainty, building financial stability in a volatile world.
And interesting that you have mentioned about the financial crimes, because on our previous episode we just talked about financial integrity, which also related to the financial crime. Could you mind to share with us a little bit about the games, the financial simulation games?
Alright, for the financial simulation game, so this game specifically designed to the participants for them to explore and to solve the case given to them for each station. So the participants have to go like for the 5 stations, and each station there will be specific challenge to the group to solve the game, such as for the first station they need to solve the game for the fraud activities, and then the next game they will be given with another question related to the financial crime such as scammers. So they need to think critically to solve the games and also the challenge given by the committees.
And do the participants still stay in the same group during these games?
Yes, they stay in the same group because it is one of our encouragement too. We already have some, like, we know that the investment analysis challenge already push them to because that is the main highlight of our finance summit, the investment analysis challenge. So the second day we brought something that they can fun, more fun, something that they can play and also learn from the game. So that's why we brought the financial crime simulation games to this finance summit.
Yeah, I bet the judges for the investment analysis competition have already gave them the pressure, enough pressure that they need, right?
Because they need to answer the questions given by the judges, right? So the second day we want them to less pressure.
Yeah, apart from that, when we're talking about management, I'm sure there were many challenges that the committees had to navigate, throughout the planning of this year's finance summit. So given its success, what are the key skills that you believe future committees should start developing now, so that they will be better equipped to manage these challenges moving forward, especially for Finance Summit 2026?
Alright. So from my point of view, the very important things that the committees need to develop, especially for the skills, not only for the program but also for their daily life too, is the communication skill. Because communication skill is very important for the committees and for us too, because every day we deal with people. So if you master the communication skill, if you know how to communicate with people, because when you organize the program, for example finance summit, you are not just dealing with your friends only, with the same level only. You deal with the external parties in terms of the collaboration with the industry, the sponsors collaboration. So the communication skills between the same level with you and with the external parties may be quite different. So you need to have a strong communication skills, especially when you deal with other people, the external parties. You need to be more professional and know how to communicate with these industry experts and also the sponsors. For the example, you need to know how to explain, for the example, for the program, you need to fully understand before presenting to them, because most of these industry experts, they expect from you that you guys will have some sorts of means the input itself must be fully understood by you when presenting, and you must very know about what you are doing actually. And then in terms of between committees, you really need to master the communication skills, because when you organize the program, the information is really important to be delivered with the clear. You must deliver clear instructions to the committees to avoid any miscommunication, because when there is a miscommunication, so there might be another problems will be occurred.
Yes, that would be very hard to manage then.
Yes, true.
What about you, Brother Afiq?
You mean the skills I
Yeah.
gained. Okay, so for me, I gained about PR skills because
Okay.
like Sister Atikah said, we have to deal and talk to external parties, and all of them, I mean most of them, are millennials and the older people. So
More experienced people.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah, and their approach is different with us, the Gen Z, and I guess the way we talk and the way we deal with them is very important. And I guess I get that. If not all, I guess some of it I learned how to communicate properly with professionals, and also critical thinking and decision making lah. Because me and Atikah, we are the top two, so we have to decide everything and try to give any inputs to our committees if they cannot find any answer or what to do. So we have to help them, and we have to decide quickly because this is a flagship program. It's an big event, so critical thinking and decision making is very important for us to make it possible and make Finance Summit happen lah.
Yes. And if I may add, do you have anything
I don't.
else? Okay. If I may add, maybe for future sponsorship head, maybe they could also polish a little bit negotiation skills, which is
Yep.
more than a little deeper for communication in communication skills. And that's it, brother and sister. We'll be taking a short break. And as promised, we will have Brother Abdul Rashid bin Hamdam, the head of the Investment Analysis Challenge competition, only on IIUM FM, your campus radio. Thank you for coming back to Financial Fit Stop, episode 7 on IIUM FM, your campus radio. And we are still discussing about Finance Summit 2025, nurturing the minds of future finance professionals with me, Najwa Nordin. So before this, we have Brother Afiq Aslan, the Project Director of Finance Summit 2025, and Sister Nurul Atikah, the Assistant Project Director. So now we're bringing in the head of the Investment Analysis Challenge competition, Brother Abdul Rashid bin Hamdam. Welcome to IIUM FM, Brother Rashid.
Thank you for having me. I am FM and Sister Najwa.
Yeah, so Brother Rashid, one of the core highlights, I would say, of Finance Summit 2025 is the Investment Analysis Challenge.
Yep.
In your view, what makes this competition stand out from the most of the intervarsity competitions nationwide that we have seen, or maybe another competition that you might have been joining?
Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So thank you for the question, DJ Najwa.
Yep.
The Investment Analysis Challenge is designed as a university level case study competition that actually simulates the real world investment firm environment. For this year, the theme that we have selected from our committee is multi-asset portfolio constructions, where participants will act as fund managers and build an investment portfolio according to the assigned risk profile. In my view, one of the key features that makes this competition stand out is the integration of Islamic finance concept throughout the case study, which is a specialty of IIUM.
Of course.
Participants are not only assessed on their technical financial skills, which is also very important, but also on their ability to ensure that every investment selected is Sharia compliant. Elements such as Sharia screening plays an important role in ensuring that the portfolios constructed remains aligned with Islamic principles.
Yes.
Another unique aspect of this competition is the strong emphasis that we have on learning. The Investment Analysis Challenge is not just a platform to compete, but most importantly, it is a platform to grow. Our committee, together with the support of lecturers, curated the case study to closely mirror the real-world investment scenarios for the participants to learn. Also, to prepare the participants to answer this case study that we have presented, we organized a workshop to equip them with the essential knowledge required to construct a solid portfolio. So it's not just a competition, it's also a process of education.
Yes.
This was followed by a private mentoring session that we conducted between the participants and the judges, allowing them to refine their analysis and strengthen their arguments before the day of competition. Finally, during the competition itself, judges from both academia and also finance industry came together to evaluate the presentation. Based on our observation, this stage became the most valuable learning opportunity for participants. They had to respond to challenging questions from the experts, but I believe this is when they actually learn and remember the most about the shortcomings or the strengths of the investment thesis that they have proposed.
So, interestingly, that you have mentioned about Sharia compliant, right? What do you think about the exposure of the Sharia compliant knowledge among the participants?
Alright, so for this year, we welcome participants not only from IIUM, which offers a course Bachelor of Finance in Islamic Finance.
Yes.
We also open it to other students, and interestingly, some of the participants had no prior background in Islamic finance knowledge.
Oh, okay.
They may have known the technical side of finance, but not Islamic finance. So this competition really serves as a platform for them to be exposed to Islamic finance, which is a rapidly growing industry worldwide, especially as Malaysia being the Islamic finance hub. So we had students, even from non-Muslim backgrounds, who participated in the competition, and during the competition came to learn the importance and the strict requirements to ensure that an investment that is selected to be part of the portfolio remains Sharia compliant and aligned with the Sharia values.
And if I'm not mistaken, one of the top 3 winners are also from the non-Muslim participants, right?
Yes,
and
that is correct.
That's very, I mean, we could say, hopefully this competition would give them a better knowledge, especially in terms of the Sharia compliances and Islamic finance. And interestingly, you've held the position of head of competition, I mean, for 2 consecutive years, since the first Finance Summit 2024, right? So could you share some insights into how this year's competition structure or modules differ from last year's? Any improvements?
Right. So first of all, I just want to say that it's been a real honor to lead this competition for 2 consecutive years. But also with that honor comes a great responsibility. There are 2 main challenges that my team have been faced with this year. Firstly is, how do we ensure that the competition is truly different from the last year's competition? This is because we want something that is completely fresh, and we do not want a simple repeat. We wanted meaningful improvement. That is the first challenge. How do we make it different? Now, the second challenge is that how do we mitigate the impact of AI on the participants' analysis? As AI becomes more accessible, a natural concern arises. How do we ensure that participants are not using AI irresponsibly or relying on it just to produce their analysis while not understanding the contents of their analysis? So these are mainly the 2 challenges. Let me take on the first challenges. How do we differentiate our this year's competition from last year? So the first difference lies in the case study structure. Last year, the focus was more on analysing only one non-Sharia compliant stock to be replaced with a Sharia compliant stock. Participants only had to focus on selecting one equity which is Sharia compliant to be included in the portfolio. It was straightforward, very focused and limited in scope. But this year, the challenge is much broader and much more complex. Participants are required to analyse multiple investment instruments across several asset classes. So this includes equities, fixed income, commodities, and even digital assets such as cryptocurrencies. They also need to consider the client risk profiles and also the preference of the clients. And on top of that, the instrument selected must complement one another into a single portfolio. So in short, the scope is wider, the depth is greater, and the analysis requires a lot more strategic thinking. The second major difference in this year's competition is the structure. So this year, we expanded the competition into 2 rounds. In the qualifying round, participants present their analysis privately, and there is also a second round in which the top 4 participants, top 4 best groups will be selected to move on to the final round, in which they will present their analysis publicly to all the participants of Finance Summit, and they will take on more challenging questions from the panel of judges. And finally, the third difference is the level of industry involvement that we get for this year. So previously, the judging panel leaned more on academic perspective, comprising of lecturers from Kuliah of Economics and Management Sciences for last year. But this year, we expanded the panel to include experienced industry professionals. Among them were Mr. Nabil Nazri, a CFA charter holder, who is a head of portfolio strategy at a statutory body in Malaysia. And we also have Mr. Said Faiq from the Islamic Development Bank. So the combination of theory from the lecturers and also real-world insights from the industry experts really elevate the experience when it comes to learning for the participants. So to sum up, this year's challenge is more complex, it's broader in scope, and it's more rigorous in format. And on top of that, we managed to get the people from industry to collaborate together with the academicians. So just a note on the second challenge, which is how do we go about addressing this concern about AI that I have mentioned earlier. Because participants can just prompt the case study that we have produced in ChatGPT or Gemini, and they will get an answer within 5 seconds. So to address this problem, we had to think really, really hard with the team. And we came to a simple solution in which the best way to curb or to test whether the participants truly understand what they are analysing is simply by asking them questions. So on this basis, we decided to have a more rigorous and a more lengthy Q&A session where the panel of judges from both academia and also the industry will be asking the participants questions about their analysis. And this really reveals who truly understands the analysis as opposed to those who simply prompt the AI to find the answer to the case study. And in conclusion, I do believe that because of this step, we were really able to distinguish between those who had the technical competence versus those who simply use AI as a shortcut. And that being said, because the competition is structured in such way, in a way, the competition is more challenging this year than it was last year. But of course, with the current environment that we have, the rapidly changing climate, whether in our professional life, in our educational journey, we need to learn how to adapt.
Yes.
And especially with all the resources available to the participant at their disposal, which includes AI, when AI is properly used, it can really support learning without replacing the analytical thinking that this competition aims to develop.
And you mentioned about the second round in which the participants will get more challenging questions from the judges. So does that mean there is also more judges than the first round?
So in the first round, you will only be questioned by 2 judges, whereas in the last round or the final round, there will be 4 judges asking you the question. So this will include the judges from your first round, but also an addition of 2 other judges. And this is when you will really, really get grilled if you don't know what you are presenting about.
Yes.
So participants, I believe they had a really tough time. But at the same time, they really enjoyed the competition.
Now I can imagine the quote unquote challenging questions, you know, because there is more judges for the final round. And then I can also see the improvements in which from previous year they only need to shift one asset, right? And then this year they would need to develop or build a whole portfolio of asset classes. So that's, I would say, more challenging,
more
right?
work, a lot more work.
Yeah, and your team are doing a very great job.
Alhamdulillah, I have a very strong team behind me.
Especially the assistants, right? Yeah. And then we will be taking a short break before our last slot for the last words from Brother Afiq Aslan, the Project Director of Finance Summit 2025, and also Sister Noor Atikah, the Assistant Project Director. So thank you so much, Brother Rashid, for this session. Okay, and stay tuned with us at IUM, your campus radio. Welcome back to Financial Fit Stop Episode 7 with the topic on Finance Summit 2025, Nurturing the Minds of Future Finance Professionals. So thank you so much to Brother Rashid for the insights on the Investment Analysis Challenge competition from our previous session. And now we are coming back to Brother Afiq and also Sister Atikah for their very, very last word. And if this were your last chance to deliver some words or maybe advice, so what are the final words or hopes that you would like to share with this year's committees and participants, or perhaps also for those who will be organising the Finance Summit 2026?
Okay, so for my last word to the next committees, firstly, they will have a quite hard time because they have to find another Rashid, another DJ Wawa, another Atikah and me, and our next chairperson for IFSA, she has to play a bigger role to get the talent to make sure the next Finance Summit will be bigger than this year, as right now they are preparing for the Finance Summit 2026. And my hope for the next committees, they know how to do their work, they know how to properly email, properly talk to industry players, so that IFSA will not look like what we said lekeh lah. So IFSA will look like a prestigious association
And professional.
since I guess Finance Summit is one of the or the only big flagship event conducted by student association in IIUM, since we get to invite the Deputy Director and Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah. So I hope next year me, Atikah and Rashid can attend the Finance Summit 2026 as
InsyaAllah.
the audience to witness the most prestigious Finance Summit conducted by IFSA lah. So I guess that's all from me.
InsyaAllah. From Sister Atikah.
Alright, so for me, I hope that for the future chairperson and Finance Summit 2026 committees, I believe that they can do better than us, because for Finance Summit 2025, we already have the foundation from the previous Finance Summit, and for sure Finance Summit 2026 also, they have the foundation and the guidance from me, Afiq and Rashid before we leave for the internship. So I believe that with the foundation, with the strong foundation, guidance, and also the supports from our Department of Finance lecturers, especially from our current head department, Dr. Fawaz, Dr. Nazrul and Dr. Lily and other lecturers of Department of Finance, I believe that Finance Summit 2026 can go bigger and reach more audience, not limited to the local participants only, but maybe international students only. International students also, sorry. Yeah. So hopefully for the Finance Summit 2026, the committees must maintain the level of professionalism, the strong reputation of IFSA to the industry players, and also the companies, especially to fulfill the ROI from the sponsors, and to maintain strong relationship with our current collaborators and the next future collaborators. This might be the challenge to them to achieve the current benchmark set by IFSA 2025. But with all the potential from the committees, the strong supports from the lecturers, and when they together work and achieve the vision mission of the Finance Summit 2026 with all the plannings and sufficient preparations. For example, Finance Summit 2025, we already started our planning since December 2024. Once me, Afiq and Noor, we once the appointment as the chairperson and the co-chairpersons of IFSA. So I can say that this Finance Summit needs a detailed planning, a detailed preparation from the committees, and we can say that the teamwork, the level of teamwork, they must work together to achieve a successful Finance Summit for 2026.
Yeah, who knows? IIUM would be our main media collaborator as well for next year.
Inshallah, we can try to talk
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it later. Okay, and inshallah, IFSA go global.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, go global.
Yeah, and thank you so much to Brother Afiq, Sister Atikah. Much appreciation from us at IMFM, and
Thank
also
you, DJ Najwa.
Brother Rashid for your time and also sharing session with us today. And of course to our listeners, thank you for staying with us until the end. And don't forget to follow our Instagram at IIUM_FM. Check out our TikTok at IIUM.FM and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insightful talks, inshallah, like we have today. So stay tuned for the next segment, Get Grooving with DJ Janani. Until next time, I'm Najwa Nordin, only on IIMFM, your campus radio.